Welcome to the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards. And now here's your host, John Rocco.
Thank you. Thank you, and welcome to the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards. I'm John Rocco, Executive Director at Access 21. Tonight, we're here to present our Programming Achievement Awards for programs that appear on Access 21. The programs were judged by an independent judging panel, and we will be presenting them in 4 different programming categories, as well as our annual Volunteer of the Year Award and 2 very special awards at the end of the evening. So we hope all of you will enjoy the program and enjoy the programs that our producers have worked very hard to produce in 2015. To get the evening started, to present our first 2 awards, I'd like to present the newest member of the Access 21 Board of Directors, Mr. Tommy Nichols.
Very much, and excited to be here today, and especially to share this particular category. As a Christian, it's always good to exalt those who are spreading the gospel through media and television. So with that said, I'd like to announce the award for Best Religious Studio Program, and here are the nominees.
For Best Religious Studio Program, the nominees are Abundant Living, producer Shanita Poe.
Of that person. I can't say that that was what happened on my situation where someone had a terminal illness, but I will say that it was a devastating situation. So let's go back to trying to relate this.
Bridging the Gap Ministries, producer Morrell Burroughs.
We lost them pretty much to violent ways and violent means.
Yeah.
So we understand the concept of what it means to lose. I am very empathetic when it comes to someone telling me that they lost their son. It was just last weekend, 2 young men, African American, killed each other. They were very close to me. I knew one of them's mother very well. She was a supervisor of one of my daughters for a while. And she has to face that now. And I know the pain that she's going through.
2 children.
God's Dance Expressions, producer Jamila Marshall.
Don't give up. God never gave up on you, so don't give up on God. Just have faith in Him and believe in Him. Watch God move like never before.
And the winner is God's Dance Expression.
What an honor it is. Oh, my goodness. I just want to give God the praise and glory for what He's doing. Come on, let's just give God the praise. We as producers put a lot of work in what we do. We take time. People don't know what we do and take that time out of our times, of our busy times, of families and things of that nature. We take time to do what God has us to do. So I just want to give God the glory and the honor for doing this, just having this award. I thank God for the boards. I thank God for the staff at Access 21, what God is going to do. And I just want to encourage you that all things are possible. Nothing's impossible with God. Anything that He has put forth in your life, He's going to do it for you. All you have to do is just trust God, believe in Him, and watch God move like never before. Thank you.
Thank you and congratulations. Now our next award is for Best Religious Field Program. And the nominees are
For Best Religious Field Program, the nominees are Atmosphere for Miracles, producer Aisha Chukwu.
I get a joke. I always went to the gym, and God used the gym to give me my first fruit. How old are you now?
Spiritism Today. Producer Jeanette Barringer.
A woman should decide what happens to her body. But the body that is being destroyed at the moment of the abortion, it's not her body. It's someone else's body that happens to be inside her body. And from the spiritist perspective, we know that this is not just an amount of cells. This is not just a conglomeration of cells.
Testimonies, Acts of God on My Behalf. Producer Belinda Stokes.
I love you, Lord, yeah, I love you, Lord. I am the call according to your purpose. Hallelujah, you are God, some praise. And the church say amen.
And real quick, for all the religious programs, whether you're in studio or in the field, just know that your labor was not in vain, and we applaud you for all of your hard work. And now the winner for Best Religious Field Program, Atmosphere for Miracles. I don't believe that she is here, so that means that we will accept this on her behalf, and we make sure that she will get it. Thank you.
Congratulations.
We'll be back with more of the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards right after this.
We'll be right back with more from the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards in just a moment.
For over 20 years, Access 21, through the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public Access Corporation, or SIMPAC for short, has allowed any and everyone within the Charlotte and Mecklenburg County a voice for the voiceless.
It allows anyone in the community access to the electronic media. It allows anyone who has the interest and motivation to get information to the community a platform to do that. Regardless of who they are or how much money they have. They can come down to the facility, learn how to produce a program and get that information out to the community.
We have so many people that are so good to help. The people that work here are wonderful. The volunteers that we use to help produce our shows. I actually have never met anyone here that hasn't been a super wonderful and very helpful person.
Programming is diverse with topics such as religion, arts, entertainment, and social issues making up the majority of the shows at Access 21.
A wide variety of programming on the channel. Currently, about 60% of all the programming on Access 21 is religious, but we have all types of programming. We have religious programming, we have political affairs programming, public affairs, talk shows, entertainment programming, arts programming, educational shows. It just really depends on what the community itself is interested in producing and what individual members of the community want to produce and what kind of information they want to share with their neighbors.
It's the setup of these programs that people get the most benefit from, as people with little to no physical knowledge of the broadcasting field gain first-hand experience in all areas of production. Workshops and classes are held regularly, beginning with orientation for those who are interested in becoming part of the SIMPAC family.
Actually, the staff is superb in bringing along people who have never worked in anything technical before, and who really want to really learn and do a show to communicate their particular message out to the community, from the community, I like to say, back to the community. And Access 21 has been doing that for a long time.
The staff have been just superb.
What I like about the staff is they're very helpful and they will jump in and help.
They're very knowledgeable and courteous people on staff who are able to assist you in the production of the program of your choosing.
Very good staff, very easy to talk to. Anytime there's been something that I wasn't sure of, I could go and ask. They are very knowledgeable, and I've learned quite a bit from them.
Access 21 is for the community, and it has become quite the tool for expression and opinion. It has become a staple within Charlotte and Mecklenburg County and looks to continue to grow, expand, and strengthen for years to come.
You'll find out that this is a great place to be.
So anybody who wants to increase their knowledge, I think it's a fabulous place to be.
Welcome back to the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards.
Welcome back. The fun is just beginning. The party is just beginning. I always wanted to say that, like New Year's Rockin' Eve or something. Here to present our next award is another one of Access 21's board members, Miss Sophia Matthews.
Thank you. Hi, I am once again so astounded by all of the programming here. You guys are so talented, so phenomenal. This particular category is very special to me because I work for Charlotte Mecklenburg Schools. And I'm going to throw out a quick little note. I do use the social media for the school district, but I'm also doing the social media for Public Access 21. So I really hope that you guys will follow us on Twitter or Facebook. We're at Public Access 21. And with that being said, now we want to present the nominees for Best Informational and Educational Program.
For Best Informational Education Program, the nominees are The Deborah Kennedy Show. Producer, Deborah Kennedy.
Holiday meal. We're so excited to have it, and so we say, oh, I'm going to save my appetite. I don't want to spoil it. But studies actually show that we then tend to overeat.
The New Image Show, Fitness for Seniors. Producer, Frederica Hoyle Andrews.
2, 3, low for 4, 3, 2, shoulder level for 4, 3, 2, march it out for 4.
So I wanted to show people, like I spoke to a young man, that he felt
What
this was his
would
end.
she
It's
do?
not your end.
Producer, Saran
If
Allman.
you decide that you want it to be your end, then you giving up.
Absolutely.
And I never gave up. I always knew that I was destined to be something for my family's sake, for my sake, my members' sake. Since I've been home, I ascertained a bachelor's in Christian Studies, a master's in clinical counseling psychology, and I have my doctorate.
And the winner for Best Informational and Educational Program is, they sealed this one up good. Let's see. All right. What Would She Do? Saran Allman, producer.
I don't know. I'm so excited, and I'm really happy and proud to be able to stand here. There's so many faces out here that have helped me. I mean, just so many of you guys, and I don't even have the words right now. Just thank you so much. My mother and my son is here, always supporting me, and the staff here, James and everybody that has just been so encouraging. I just thank you so much. I'm like getting emotional, so I'm gonna sit down. Thank you guys.
And we'll be back with more right after this.
We'll be right back with more from the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards in just a moment.
Access 21, building community through media.
My experience while here at Access 21 has been actually a wonderful experience.
Well, the classes were very easy to take. They gave you testing along the way, and they give you hands-on training along the way.
We have very knowledgeable and courteous people on staff.
Access 21 provides training classes in studio production, control room, digital editing, and much more.
And every time I volunteered, I've learned something new about television and the different programs that are being produced.
I have really enjoyed everything that I've learned so far.
I use SS21 as my platform for my creativity, and that's what I do.
I think people should come down. I think they would have a lot of fun. I think they would meet great people, different walks of life.
To me, Access Television is entertaining.
Access 21 is exciting.
Access 21 is a godsend.
Access 21 is educational.
Access 21 is very good.
Access 21 is the best.
For more information, contact Access 21 704-377-8988 or visit our website at tvaccess21.com.
Welcome back to the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards.
Welcome back, and before we continue, I'd like to have a very big round of applause for Miss Access Achievement, Kelly Talley.
I would just like to say I've been down here for 11 years, and I have seen people come and go, and it's such a blessing to work under this administration. And anything that God has put in your heart, has charged you to do, you can't get weary in well-doing, because sometimes that's what happens. You might have to leave, and you might have to come back, but as long as you keep on coming back, that's what matters, right?
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
That wasn't originally a speaking part, but okay. We'll now move on to our next award, and that will be presented by another one of our wonderful board members, Mr. Todd Muldrew.
Thank you for having me tonight. It's great to be here with so many talented people, and it's my honor to present the award for Best Arts and Entertainment Program. And here are the nominees.
For Best Arts and Entertainment, the nominees are Below the Line with George Burroughs, producer George Burroughs.
Spoke many words without ever saying a word. And as my brother Tony, Daryl, he said we did eloquent shrugs. So we said more with eloquent shrugs and words. So that's what I think we would say.
Started talking faster.
Carolina Backroads, producer Jimmy Wentz.
Well, y'all, I never milked a goat in my life, but it was quick seeing where them old cows was back home. I said, sure, I can milk that goat. And boy, I got that bucket and went to milking that goat. And that was my first critter, probably worked with over 500 different kinds.
We're going to go back to our focus for
Radiant Talk, Conversations of Life, producer Katina Ammons.
I'm in a relationship. Okay, so how's it working? It's working great. We've been together 9 months, and it's a solid situation. I'm very happy. Do I need to continue to go to the gym? Yes. For our wedding date? Oh. Like, yes, in order to keep the relationship solid, the romance, you have to be in shape. Work out?
And the winner is Below the Line with George Burroughs.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Wow. Thank you all for being here today. I know it's such a big commitment to be part of this organization, and I'm so honored and glad for everyone's commitment who's on the board of directors, and James and John and all the staff here at 21. It's been an incredible journey that I began in 2008 with this show concept. And this particular episode that you just saw, that was John Volstad from Hollywood. He was on Newhart with Bob Newhart, and dozens of other movies, working with Steven Spielberg and Dan Aykroyd, John Candy, all the comedy greats over the past 40 and 50 years. We worked almost a year to get his interview. So we were so happy to get that. And it wouldn't have been possible to have his interview without my below-the-line crew. First and foremost, John Mackey, who was our DP and camera operator, who's always fantastic. Kevin Strom on sound. We also had John Landolfi and Chris Lewis, and Andre Soldankin, Larry Cordell, and David Barton, who's always been part of the show as well. And this award is not just for those who were on this episode that we submitted, but for all of the shows that we've done over all of these years. And it's been a true honor to be able to come and create and be part of the Charlotte community and to share my ideas and stories that people bring to the camera to you here in town and on the internet. And I thank you very much.
Back with our final awards of the evening right after this.
We'll be right back with more from the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards in just a moment.
For over 20 years, Access 21, through the Charlotte-Mecklenburg Public Access Corporation, or SIMPAC for short, has allowed any and everyone within the Charlotte and Mecklenburg County a voice for the voiceless.
It allows anyone in the community access to the electronic media. It allows anyone who has the interest and motivation to get information to the community a platform to do that. Regardless of who they are or how much money they have. They can come down to the facility, learn how to produce a program and get that information out to the community.
We have so many people that are so good to help. The people that work here are wonderful. The volunteers that we use to help produce our shows. I actually have never met anyone here that hasn't been a super wonderful and very helpful person.
Programming is diverse, with topics such as religion, arts, entertainment, and social issues making up the majority of the shows at Access 21.
A wide variety of programming on the channel. Currently, about 60% of all the programming on Access 21 is religious, but we have all types of programming. We have religious programming, we have political affairs programming, public affairs, talk shows, entertainment programming, arts programming, educational shows. It just really depends on what the community itself is interested in producing and what individual members of the community want to produce and what kind of information they want to share with their neighbors.
It's the setup of these programs that people get the most benefit from, as people with little to no physical knowledge of the broadcasting field gain first-hand experience in all areas of production. Workshops and classes are held regularly, beginning with orientation for those who are interested in becoming part of the SIMPAC family.
Actually, the staff is superb in bringing along people who have never worked in anything technical before, and who really want to really learn and do a show to communicate their particular message out to the community, from the community, I like to say, back to the community. And Access 21 has been doing that for a long time.
The staff have been just superb.
What I like about the staff is they're very helpful and they will jump in and help.
They're very knowledgeable and courteous people on staff who are able to assist you in the production of a program of your choosing.
Very good staff, very easy to talk to. Anytime there's been something that I wasn't sure of, I could go and ask. They are very knowledgeable, and I've learned quite a bit from them.
Access 21 is for the community, and it has become quite the tool for expression and opinion. It has become a staple within Charlotte and Mecklenburg County and looks to continue to grow, expand, and strengthen for years to come.
You'll find out that this is a great place to be.
So anybody who wants to increase their knowledge think it's a fabulous place to be.
Welcome back to the 2015 Access 21 Achievement Awards.
Welcome back, and we're now at the point in the program where we give out some very special awards. Our next award I consider one of, if not the most important, because it's voted upon not by an independent judging panel, but by the members of Access 21 themselves. It's our annual Volunteer of the Year Award. And this year's nominees are
For Volunteer of the Year, the nominees are Michael Bazell, Eric Cunningham, Larry Harmon, John Mackey, and Sonia Roberts.
And these are sealed. Sonia Roberts.
I don't have any notes, but I do have my shades. The only reason why I want to wear them, because I volunteer over at a school, and it's called Crown Point Elementary School, and I love the kids. I don't only just volunteer here. My life is about volunteering, and I also volunteer for the students over at Crown Point Elementary. I think that volunteering is very important. You don't always have to get paid financially, or you can get paid by just seeing and making other people happy. And the volunteers are everyone who's here, even the producers. And I want to tell you, just keep volunteering. Keep making your life mean something. We're not forever. I want to say that Michael Bizzle, as well as Eric Cunningham, as well as Larry Harmon, we're all directors. Effie is not here, but we're all directors. And I don't know if I called your name. You're doing it too, right? I'm sorry. Hey. But we're all directors, and that is an important job around here, and we need more. I don't know if you understand what directing requires you, and that requires you to be here. And I see most of these gentlemen here as just as much as I'm here. And I just want to say to everyone, thank you so much for this award. But even if I didn't receive this award, I would be here. So the guys who didn't receive it, this one is for you too, okay? You guys have a good day and keep enjoying it. Thank you, Rocco.
I want to remind the viewing audience that Access 21 is a volunteer organization. Whether you want to produce your own program or just help someone on theirs, come down and check us out and become a member. And you could go to our website at tvaccess21.com for more information. We'd like to see many of you down here. Last year, we presented our first ever Lifetime Achievement Award to Larry Harmon for his quarter of a century of dedication to this organization. And this year, we're very happy to continue that tradition. This year, we're honoring two individuals. Unfortunately, both of them have passed on, but they will forever be in the memories of all of us here at Access 21 for their decades of dedication to the mission of Access 21 and to its members. I got here 10 years ago, and I will never forget that I was moving into my house and unpacking boxes. I hadn't started my first day of work yet. And my phone rang in my house. It couldn't have been connected for more than 10 minutes. And a voice on the other end of the phone said, "My name is Dan Honeycutt, and I'd like you to be on a program." And I thought, wow. Very ingenious to even track me down. I hadn't even been in the office yet. But that's how Dan was. Dan Dan helped a lot of people. He was here a very long time, so long, as a matter of fact, we couldn't really actually find the records to figure out exactly when he started. But what I appreciated most about Dan Honeycutt was that he was, always willing to help. He worked on hundreds of shows, and I don't know how many producers he helped. And he was always willing to give his opinion on how to make the organization better. Not that we always agreed, but he was always there to tell you how he thought things could be better. And so tonight we are very happy to honor him, and we have this brief video to hear from some of those Access 21 members who knew Dan best.
Wants to encounter Dan is to remember him for a lifetime. So first met him 10 years ago, a year into starting the program here at Access 21.
We worked more closely on the chocolate box, and that was in, I think, the late 2007, 2008, until he passed.
It was at the one of the meetings that we were having to invite new people for coming in to participate in the activities here.
You know, and it was kind of cool because he kind of took me under his wing, showed me a little bit about, you know, television studio lighting. Took me out and got me into like a lot of live action videography.
Dan, I would always call a teacher. Number one, he had a good way about talking to you, didn't talk down to you, and told you what he expected from you, and even taught you how to do it, because one of my favorite zooming techniques was taught by Dan, and I teach that to other people.
Dan is that type of guy that would want to take it, and if there were any errors, he would volunteer to take it and edit it in post to make it right. So he brought that same level of, if my name is associated with it, I want it done right.
Just the value of his time. He had so much experience. He helped so many people start their shows and, you know, go on with their shows for so many years here at Access 21. And he really believed in our show and made tremendous, tremendous changes and made our show much better with the changes of the lighting and the editing.
I have approached him about doing some editing for me, which I needed very badly. And although he was in the midst of grief, a family grief, he said, "Yes, Edith, I'll do it for you."
What made Dan a good volunteer and a good director was he had a direct passion about what he was doing, no matter what the show was.
I think he was somewhat of a teacher, and that he would kind of take people along who didn't quite meet a certain proficiency level, but working with Dan, that increased their level.
He felt like he was helping you. I could feel that he was eager to share his experience and knowledge with us, and I appreciate that was very important to me to get my shows out and my production ready.
I probably wouldn't have gotten into film as much as I did if it wasn't for him.
Dan was a legend here. He was a legend for a lot of people.
And I'll use the word, an icon like Dan and Harvey in that director slot. You know, it reduces the number significantly because people don't have directors now who are going to go and give that same level of professionalism to up-and-coming producers who want to tell their story, to use the airwaves, quote unquote, the airwaves to get their story out. You got to have somebody who can kind of pull it together. And Harvey and Dan were two pillars here at Public Access.
He achieved a lot during his life, but we achieved a lot because of him. And so therefore, I believe he is the best candidate for the Lifetime Achievement. And it was just such a blessing, such a gift that God gave to me to spend the time that I did with him. And he impacted my life, he impacted our crews. You know, he just was really a good all-around person.
And any director like that, especially those that are willing to, you know, work with the people still getting their, you know, signatures for the night. getting their labs in a manner of speaking. They deserve special recognition.
Like I said, he's a person you could learn a lot from. And I'm just glad I had the opportunity to not only see his work, but to work with him. And like I said, he will be greatly missed by myself at the very least. And thank you for the opportunity, just for saying something about this man.
Here to accept the award for Dan are his two brothers, Bob and Jerry Honeycutt.
I'm not often speechless after seeing this. I got an email from Danny's son a week and a half ago. He's with the National Guard and he's on maneuver, so he can't be here. And he asked Danny's brothers to be here. Growing up, we spent all of our time together. We thought we knew each other totally and completely. But when we had the memorial service here in October?
I don't remember either.
October. I learned a lot about what went on here. Danny was a private person with his personal life. He didn't share much of it with anyone in the family. I had no idea of his involvement here. It's blown me away. This is not the guy we knew.
Not growing up.
I don't know who you're talking about here. But I'm floored. I'm awed.
I am too.
And surprised, because he never let us know this was going on. So, on behalf of the entire family, if I knew the director's names personally, I would mention it. But I want to thank all of the people who I want to thank all the people, the board, and all of you people who worked with him and have said so many nice things about him. Thank you, and thanks be to God. Here, take this. Jerry, take that.
Our second Lifetime Achievement Award is tonight going to be presented to Harvey Williams. When I got here 10 years ago, as a matter of fact, when I was hired as executive director, Harvey was president of the board of directors at that time. Harvey and I hit it off very well from the beginning. I think it's because we both had New York roots. And as many of you know, Harvey was a retired New York City police sergeant, and my dad is retired New York City police. And so we had a lot in common. When I first got here, there was a lot of things that needed to be done here. A lot of changes. The organization had some issues. And what I always appreciated most about Harvey was that whatever I thought we needed to do, he gave me the support. As a matter of fact, the first time I met with him, he said, whatever it is you need to do, do. And he was always such a calm, soothing presence. How, I don't know. And the thing I admired the most was that he seemed to give something to everybody. Everybody. He worked on all kinds of shows. I never heard him say no to anybody, and he never asked for anything in return. And so we now have a video to have some of Harvey's admirers talk about him.
He was very charming and quiet, very easygoing. And I was eager to do this tribute to him because he worked on my show for years.
Well, I got involved with Mr. Williams after I did my first studio class, and I was doing labs. And he was one of the first shows, his wife's show was one of the first shows that I worked on.
I met Harvey probably 25 years ago. I think he was helping me on a program I used to do called the Black Agenda.
He was, like I said, one of the #1 volunteers you could have because he could work any different, hours and whatnot, and always brought a professionalism.
Anything that you sat down and talked to him about, how you wanted things done, he would understand and put it into place as best you can, as best he can. Yes, he did.
And it's awesome to have someone who shares that vision and have the same level of joint concern to make sure the final product was on point.
But he was always up. He was always up. Even then, he was just up. I never saw him coming here a negative attitude. Never did I see that from him.
And that was Harvey. Plus, he did every kind of show, and he was, never an issue with him. You want him to do it, Harvey was like super dependable.
Again, it was a give and take. He got something out of working on that particular program, and he brought that level of expertise and professionalism to the program. So, some people, again, just don't quite do that, but Harvey was one of those type of people.
He did not try to change people. He directed people in their element. There was no, okay, do it this way, I want it this way. As they claim, that's how he directed. And he didn't try to change people. That's what I loved about him. He did not try to change people.
There's nobody like Harvey.
Once again, this will be a person that will be greatly missed.
There's a lot, one is just a good person, a good spirit, and the world could use more people that when they walk into a room, there's a ray of positivity.
I mean, he taught me so much about how this thing operates. And it was not about the production part, it's about the people part.
No, it's just that I just wanted to say that we miss Harvey. We miss him very much. And I like when I get involved with characters like that, it makes us like emptiness. Something's missing when they go away from me like that. But yes, I would love to have him back any day. Mm-hmm.
Here to accept the award on Harvey's behalf is Harvey's wife, Flora Williams. Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Bethany, thank you all. Brian, you come say a word, you'll make it fast and quick. Hallelujah. On behalf of my husband, I thank our Heavenly Father, the God of Israel, for having allowed me to be married to this man 56 years and 8 months and bliss. I thank Father for connecting him here with public access and connecting him with John and James and the board that was here and all you beautiful people that open your arms to my husband. This was a home for him. He really loved you, and he would talk about each one of you when he would come home, but he wasn't much of a talker, but he let you know that he loved each one of you. And so I am very happy tonight. I'd like my granddaughter to say something, if you don't mind, John, if you don't mind.
Hi, I just want to say that I'm very choked up about this. He was a wonderful person, and I would come with him when he would do shows and stuff, and I was always proud of him. So I just really appreciate this award. It means a lot to me.
Hallelujah. Thank you very much.
Did we all have a good time tonight? I know I did. And once again, for everybody watching at home, if you're interested in having your own show, this is the place to do it. Come on down, meet a lot of great folks, get your message out to the community, and have a great time doing it all at the same time. And we'll see all of you next year at the 7th Annual Access 21 Achievement Awards. Good night.
And welcome to Simpac Spotlight, the show where we take a moment to shine our spotlight on one of the many producers here at Access 21. Today our guest is Stan Jock. He's the producer of a show called Carolina Entertainment. Thank you for being with us today, Stan.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.
Can you tell us a little about your show and what the viewers can expect to see?
Yes, my show is a musical entertainment show, and I try to present the professional level players in the two Carolinas.
Wonderful. How did you get to be a producer?
Well, I was a professional entertainer for a better part of 40 years, so I decided I'd like to get on the backside of the camera just to see what that part was about. So I took classes like everyone else who comes here, and took classes in lighting, directing, producing, audio. And it was a very worthwhile endeavor. Having done that, it affords you the ability to bring in some really high-end talent and present a terrific show.
How long have you been doing the show?
15 years.
15 years. Well, you've got it down pat now.
Well, I don't know. Everybody learns every time they come, but it gives you an edge after a while.
Can you tell us how much work actually goes into producing a show?
Far more than it would see on the surface. Most people come down, and I'm always amazed at the people who come down and want to do this, and they got all these grandiose ideas, and after about 2 weeks they go, oh my, that's the mountain and I'm right here. So it is rather involved, but you can overcome all the obstacles, and you got great folks here to work with.
Well, that's great. I think we have a short clip of your show.
We're in trouble, big time trouble.
Let's see a sample of your program.
Terrific.
Fish gotta swim and birds gotta fly.
That was wonderful, Stan.
Well, thank you. The last lady was an internationally known artist, so it was a treat to have her on the program.
Well, finally, tell us when your show comes on. I can't wait to see it.
The show airs the fourth Friday night of the month at 8:30.
Well, thank you so much for being with us, and thank you for joining us at SimPac Spotlight. Come back and see us again when we shine our spotlight on another producer. Thanks so much. Good night.
To spotlight many of our many producers here at Access 21. Today our guest is Harold Felder, producer of the show Give an Answer. Thanks for being with us today, Harold.
Thanks, Andy.
Appreciate you being here. Tell us a little bit about your program. What can your viewers expect to see on Giving an Answer?
Well, my show is a Christian talk show, but it's not your typical Christian talk show. It's more along the lines of defending the Christian faith. So I talk about other religions, I talk about cults, I talk about other belief systems and worldviews and how they differ from Christianity.
Great, that's wonderful. How did you get started producing this program?
Well, actually, I moved to Charlotte to be a seminary student, and while I was a seminary student, I had to do a project. And I was watching the SimPac one day, and I was listening to this guy who was talking about Islam, and I was like, that's not right. Someone needs to give an answer. So I decided to give an answer, and that's when I started my show, Giving an Answer.
How about how long have you been producing Give an Answer?
Well, the first show aired July 4th, 2004.
So you've been doing this quite a while then.
I've been doing it for a minute.
Can you tell everybody out in the audience what it takes to put, how much work it takes to put a show together on Access 21?
Oh, it takes a lot of work. I mean, it takes a lot of time coming up with the topics, coming up with the questions, coming up with the guests. I mean, it is almost like a full-time job. It is very time intensive.
Did you ever think it would take that kind of work?
No, but fortunately, after you've done it for a while, you can get into a little rhythm. And so once I've gotten into a rhythm, it's easier, but it's still time consuming.
I hear you. Right now we have a short clip of the show. Okay. We'd like to let the viewing audience look at a sample of your program.
Okay. What is the Muslim view of Easter and Passover?
Well, see, that's a great question because the Muslims really don't know. I was in a dialogue with Muslim people, and during the dialogue we talked about Moses, and I was asking them, because I study the Quran, I'm a student of the Quran, trying to learn more about Islam, and I asked them, why is the Passover not mentioned in these passages? Oh, the Passover is mentioned. They became very indignant. You just don't know the Arabic. You should study better before you talk such things. And I said, well, would you please tell me what passage it is in? Oh, it's in Surah Al-Baqarah, chapter 2 of the Quran.
Finally, Harold, when does your show begin to air on Access 21?
It airs every Thursday at 6:30 p.m.
That's great. That's great. Well, Harold, thank you for being with us today. Thank you for everybody outside for tuning in today. And join us again when next time we shine a spotlight on another local producer. Good night. And that was very interesting what you were talking about doing.
This is the moment I knew his future had no boundaries.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat?
1 in 5 children struggles with hunger in America. Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Oh, look, a redhead. Staring contest. You still got it. I know.
Come alive with the forest.
The dad was cute.
You were looking right at us.
Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest near you.
Everywhere that we go, he makes people laugh and makes people smile, and I feel like I have that quality.
He's the one who always takes me fishing.
I watch golf with him. And
I watch him cook because when I grow up, I want to be a cook too.
We have the same faces like this.
Dad is the one, when you fall, that picks you up.
That unconditional sense of presence and reassurance is really what makes him my father.
They said I couldn't dream. Called me a piece of trash and swore that's all I'd ever be. Said a bottle couldn't see the ocean. Give up. Go back to the dumpster. But I didn't listen. I made my way. And now, I am what I've always wanted to be.